Okay, so I believe the video started. I'm now testing this for a third time. The green light meaning it has noise cancellation enabled. So I'm gonna try blowing in this again, see if it picks it up. Okay, I'm hoping this works. Um, so this is my mini attempts at making a video. Uh, the only reason is because I'm not liking the way I'm looking. I'm still self-conscious about that. I hate the way I'm speaking. Uh, the first time I was recording, I was speaking too quickly, bringing up a bunch of things without finishing the original topic. I was just doing a whole bunch of shit that I didn't want um, in the video. So hopefully, hopefully this is the last take. Um, I gotta stop saying unfortunate, unfortunately, and anyways, I noticed myself saying that like multiple times, and I hate it. Sorry, I seen a spider over here, and I wanna see if I can catch him on camera. I really hope he didn't climb into my fridge, and I don't want to grab the handle and him crawl on my hand. I'm not too scared of spiders, but he's a freaky looking one. He's like a green one with long legs. Anyway, oh, I just said it. I just said it. Ah! But I'm trying not to be like super hyper, but I'm also trying not to seem very, very dull, like a, I don't know what it is, dull like a rock or whatever people say. Um, I I hate that I sometimes talk either very slow and like lifeless, and then other times I talk like I don't even know, like some kid on on candy. But starting off today, uh, I'm sorry that I can't sit here and stare at the camera. I tend to just walk back and forth a lot. I just hate sitting still and staring at the camera. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this fucker. Can you, can you see him? He's gonna make his way in the light. Oh my god. If I, I don't think. Anyways, so I've had this spider for some days. When I first moved in, he was crawling on the floor somewhere, uh, and I put him outside, and then I didn't see him outside anymore. He was outside my door, and like a few nights ago, I was sleeping, or I was laying in my bed, and I had my head resting on the windowsill, and I seen him. I seen movement, and I look, and there he is. He was just crawling. So I moved him to the vent, and he crawled into the vent, and lived happily ever after for maybe a single night. And then I found him in the bathroom. Now he's here. So this guy kind of just lives here. Hopefully he doesn't mess with my food. He doesn't pay rent, so I don't know how I feel about that. I'm watching him right now, just so I know where he goes. Let's give him a name. I used the name Hubert Homunculus Harold a little way too much, so I'm gonna let you guys down below decide a name. He's kind of freaking me out. I'm gonna let him be. I hope you guys can't see me there because the phone's angled upward. But anyways, we're gonna add some. Fuck, I said it again. We're gonna add some new things each video. I have a song of the day or song of the week, and a quote of the week. So, song of the week at the moment, it just actually came out, but I've been waiting all week for it to release because I found it on Instagram, and I thought it was a really good song. It was "Eternal Embrace" by Baby Jane. Really good song. I like it. It's kind of in the style of EDM club music. Maybe not for those of you that know that genre. You know, feel free to banter me down below. But if you want something more rocky, I'd say Blue. Never mind. I don't even remember the name of the song. Something by Dance Gavin Dance. I loved Dance Gavin Dance. They're my favorite band, at least one of them. And then quote of the day will be. I seen it in a comment, and it said, courage. Oh my God, here we go again. I spent like the last video trying to remember what the quote was, so I kept saying courage. Courage is what was it? Courage is the it's like courage was the ability to stand against fear. No, courage is the ability. Oh man, I don't know. I don't remember what it was. Oh, courage. The cowardly dog. Courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but it is the ability to perform in spite of it. And I can give an example, and that was rock climbing. When I first started doing rock climbing, I was really scared of it, if I'm being honest. I'm not a huge people person. It's not that I dislike people or anything. It's just I don't know how to interact with people. So when it comes to like doing something like this, I always feel like someone's watching me, someone's judging me and stuff like that. And with it being my first time doing rock climbing, I was really scared. I didn't know the rules. Fortunately, since it was my first time, they gave me some step-by-steps, you know, what to do, what not to do. And they let me be. I was a free bird. So I remember, like, it's really strange because I mean there's a lot of courses you can run or climb, and it's just a little frightening because I'm not much of a perform in front of people person. So when I got there, there was quite a bit of people, and how it works is like you want to make sure you're not climbing around somebody else that is climbing. You want to make sure there's some distance between you guys so that if you fall, you're not colliding with each other or, you know, messing each other up during a climb. And so there would be times where people are just sitting down, and, you know, since the wall is empty, I go ahead and climb. And it just feels kind of weird. It's something that you kind of just have to overcome. Regardless, people are gonna watch you, but they don't. Not to say that they don't care, but they don't care. It's just, you know, one of the things, like just glancing around the room and you notice it and you look for a little bit and then you just kind of forget about it later on. No one generally cares. There is a lot of friendly people at the gym that I go to. Like I said, I've grown now comfortable with the place. Oh shit, I got scared. I'm putting lotion on my hands because it's a little dry. I've been going for some time. I don't go too often, not as often as I would like to. I used to go at least like every other week, if not. I used to go every Wednesday, I believe, but now it's reduced to maybe like once a month. I want to go again every other week, at the very least every other week. And but yeah, I've met some people there that are pretty chill. I mean, the one that I am generally close to is one of the employees there. He's an older gentleman, but I would go around the time of like my homeless arc, and when I mentioned it to him, he mentioned that he was in a similar situation as me, not at the same time, but previously. So he understands the struggle that I was going through, and even though he offered me a place to stay, it was far from where I work, so I couldn't take it. Um, but yeah, he was a really cool guy. Told me about his story of how he went homeless and how he overcame it and where he is now. And it was kind of motivational. I took some tips down, and now I'm here. I overcame it. And I have met a few other people during my rock climbing journey, but not some people that I know the names of. It's just kind of like you see them, fist bump or like say what up, good climb or whatever, or nice try, and give each other tips. I don't really give tips because I'm probably the worst person to take advice from when it comes to rock climbing. Because for me, I just hand placement, foot placement, find what's comfortable, reach, climb over. My core is not in the worst place. Like, I have a good core strength to where I can pull myself up and like hang with my feet dangling and still be able to climb. But yeah, like, I've met some pretty cool people there. And now I'm no longer scared to rock climb whenever I go. Sure, there's some people that are there that are a little intimidating, like some huge dudes that like can climb without like any problem. They just do it, and it's crazy. It's some scary shit, but they're typically friendly or just keep to themselves. You'll see that next week when we go. But aside from that, I don't have much else to talk about. For those of you that were or are in a place that I used to be, it's kind of just, I guess, yeah, you can say it's that advice. And it's got to do with like struggling, the place that you're in, whether it's you're stuck in your room, you're too scared to go out and do stuff. I was in that place. I know what it's like. I used to see people outside my window when I used to do like my whole streaming stuff, and I didn't like going outside, but I would see people being outside, and it made me feel very like I was missing out. Like I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to go outside. I was too afraid, didn't want to meet people. The closest thing I did to going outside was I would push myself to go on runs to keep myself physically, in shape, or just, physically active. But still, I was constantly afraid. I was not really afraid, but I would be anxious. I'm always self-conscious about how I look when I do things, which is why it's so hard for me to record a video and edit it, upload it, because I hate the way I look sometimes. So I wouldn't even get through like a good bit. Anyways, I'm losing track. But yeah, I would get very self-conscious about how I am, and when I walk past people or run past people, I get really anxious, and my heart like starts racing. It gets a little hard to breathe, but it would make me like run a little bit quicker just to get away from them, and eventually I would calm myself down. But aside from that, it really sucks. I didn't like going outside. I hated interacting with people, not because I hate people, but because I hate some of the things I would say. I would get my words mixed up. I just suck at talking to people. I prefer just keeping to myself. I always wear headphones when I go out and just, never really interact. But lately, I've overcame that. And when I see somebody wearing a cool shirt at work, or, having one-on-one talk with the older people at my job, that come in. It's nice. It's nice to get along with people. I think I steered very far away from the advice I wanted to give, but whatever struggle you're going through, just because um, someone else is also going through a struggle, it doesn't make your situation, worse or better. It's not a pissing contest, is what I like to say. It's not a contest on who's going through a worse situation or a better situation, if that makes sense. It's everybody has their own life. And the reason I bring this up is because I used to feel very ungrateful for a lot of things. Like when I would get depressed and stuff like that, I felt like I was being ungrateful for the life given to me because I'm not in situations that other people are in, and it would make my depression a little more worse because then it made me feel like a piece of shit. I still think I am, but not as much as I used to be. But yeah, your situation, it of course isn't as bad as some other people's, but your situation is still your situation, regardless of if it's worse or not. I don't know if I'm explaining this the way I want to. You shouldn't compare, I guess you can say, because we all go through something, and we have to find our own way to get over it. You can always ask friends. I know it's a little tough because I am somebody that keeps my situations to myself. I've just didn't think my problems were worth talking about because it's not that I knew that I would overcome it, but it's more that I didn't think it would be worth anybody's time to involve them in what I was going through. So my family didn't know, my friends, like my closest friend didn't know about anything that I was going through growing up until I'd say a few months ago when I mentioned it to them. And during a one-on-one talk one day, he just told me, like, he got me thinking about, like, what, like, I didn't see any of that. I didn't notice any of the things you were going through. You didn't show any signs and stuff like that. And I wasn't going to say something like, yeah, it's just, I put a mask on real well. It's a little corny. But no, I didn't say anything like that. I just told him, like, yeah, it's just something I didn't like bringing up, and whenever we would play games, it would kind of make me forget about anything going on, and I just really appreciate you being there. That's all the help I really needed, and it sucks because I know some of you guys feel, not saying you are, but some of you may feel alone in these situations. I still feel like I do. There's a lot of things that, go on in my brain that I feel like I can never talk about with people. And I think it's just that I've grown so used to just doing it, not saying anything or bringing it up, that I don't feel the need to do it at all. I know I will overcome it with just a switch of positivity in my brain, and it's just something I've grown used to. And I just only hope that for any of you that are in the same mindset as me, of just feeling like you have nobody, or you're by yourself and you can't confront or talk to anybody about it, that you get through it, because it definitely sucks. I didn't have a good time, but it's just one of the major challenges we got to go through. So for any of you out there, I don't know if there's a way you can post anonymously, but if you ever want to talk about your issues or anything that you're going through, feel free to comment below. If I were able to post anonymously, I would. I don't like things being connected to me. Um, for example, this YouTube channel, I don't want people at work or people around me to really know about it. I hate when it gets brought up a little bit because then it makes me feel self-conscious again. I hate that. It makes me not wanna keep doing this. So for any of you that know me in person, do not bring up my videos if you find them. But yeah, I just hope you guys can get through whatever struggles and whatever troubles you're going through. Um, Definitely find yourself some friends to play with. I would offer myself, but I feel like strange when I do that. Like having a connection with some viewers. I can understand if we meet or if we run into each other in person and you're like, hey, you helped me through all this, and I'd be really happy about that. It's just, having I don't think it would be fair to everybody if I always interacted with one or a few of you and not all of you. You know what? Cut that shit out. I'll hang out with all of you. But anyways, I don't have much else to talk about. I'm going back in here because my knuckles are still dry. I don't have much else to talk about. I'm gonna go back to just sitting here watching reels or just edit this and then maybe delete it and record another one for the like 8th time. But I hope we all get through whatever we're going through. I certainly hope I get through what I'm going through and we can all get through it. Because right now life is tough. Life is kicking our asses. At least mine. It's sticky. It's annoying. It sucks. It's poo poo caca. We don't like it. I hope you guys have a good one. And we'll see you guys next week when we go rock climbing. I hope I was able to make some of you laugh, maybe motivate you guys, feel less alone in whatever situation you're going through. And I hope you guys have a good night, or day, or evening. Adios, sayonara, ciao, and poca. Bye-bye.